Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to the next installment of Pokemon Bike Percent. Needed to slightly change up the area for the intro, don't worry about it. But yeah, today we are tackling the next two generations in the series. We are going through Pokemon Black's Unova and Pokemon X's Kalos. So yeah, not really much else to say about this, about what's gonna happen. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And here is the run in black. Alrighty, and here we are in Pokemon Black. So we make our way through the tutorial. Pretty basic stuff, nothing too crazy. Go ahead and name myself. Accidentally put a space in my name, but was too lazy to try to fix it. So yeah, we have a space at the end of our name. But yeah, we go ahead and see this nice 2.5 dimension lovely opening cutscene. And we are in our room with Sharon, waiting for Bianca. And now we get to pick our starter. I immediately, though, open the options, turn up text speed, and turn off animations. That is going to be pretty consistent throughout the rest of them. Pick the fire starter like we did last time, because the fire and fighting combo is very strong in against a lot of the early gyms. So yeah, go ahead and work our way through this battle. Not really much we can do, just spam tackle. Take out Bianca, don't quite level up, but luckily we also have to fight Sharon as well. So we get a nice heal, and then we fight Sharon as well. Pretty simple stuff, just basic tutorial things. No crazy tricks or anything yet, really. Just trying to make it through the beginning as fast as possible. And there we go, take out Sharon, get a level, pretty close to another one. And yeah, we don't get a free heal that time. Head downstairs, talk to Mom before we leave. She gives us the cross transceiver and heals us up as well. I said those backwards, but doesn't really matter. Come outside, we have to go down to Bianca's house and see her dad yell at her about not wanting her to leave home. And then we can all go up to the lab. Or I guess I can go meet them at the lab, I suppose. And in we come here to meet Professor Juniper. Gotta do some few last minute tutorial things, get our Pokedex, have the opportunity to nickname her starter, all that stuff. There we go, Pokedex, skip nicknaming the starter, and head out to Route 1. But get stopped really quick to pick up a POW pad, or a Tau map, I guess, sorry, from Mom. Not that we really need that for anything. And now we head out to Route 1 to see the catch tutorial. Everyone's favorite catch tutorial waiting time. But yeah, nothing too crazy yet. But after this, we finally are pretty much free to go. We have a few last tutorial things to cover, and then we are properly good to go off on our own. There we go. Juniper catches a Patrat. Very nice. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and make our way up to the next town, where we have more tutorial stuff to cover. Don't bother catching anything here, don't have any running shoes, so we just walk our way all the way up, don't even get any encounters at all, which is very nice for time, obviously. Cross transceiver rings, Juniper's calling us from like 25 feet away, so we come see what she wants. Into the Poke Center we go. We have some tutorial things. One thing that is kind of important to remember is to hold up on that section to actually talk to the Nurse Joy. Otherwise, you'll just keep talking to Juniper over and over again. The game doesn't turn you. And then here, you don't have to buy anything. So yeah, now we can come outside again and get introduced to Team Plasma and all their nefarious deeds and whatnot. But we're not too worried about Team Plasma. We're just worried about getting a bike and being done with this. So yeah, we don't really deal with Team Plasma all that much. We kind of fend them off whenever they're in the way of our bike. But as soon as we have our bike, we ignore them entirely and move on to the next generation. So now we have to fight N, who just has a Purloin. It is slightly higher level than me, so that is a little bit scary, but we are able to make it through. We get crit against, which is... Or did we land a crit? I wasn't... Somebody landed a crit. And we do end up winning, level up twice, which is very nice. Learn Ember in the process as well, so we finally have a 100 accuracy and stab move. So that is very, very nice. Heal up just to be safe, as I've said in many of the previous runs. It's good to be safe whenever you can and not be too fast and loose with how you're playing things. Cross transceiver rings again. Mom gives us some running shoes. Now we can finally move faster, which we immediately start doing. Grab this potion. This guy is unskippable, so we go ahead and fight him. And he just has a Pat Rat, nothing too difficult. We use our new Ember, so that way get a lucky crit as well, and level up again. And now we can skip the rest of the trainers on this route, except for one. There is one at the very, very tail end. And I'm sure if any of you guys have played Black and White 1, you know which one it is. It's Bianca. So, yeah, we have to fight Bianca. She's, of course, unavoidable as a rival fight. You can't sneak around that. So, she sends out her Lillipup. Nothing we can't really handle. We just spam Ember the whole time. Nothing too crazy. Out comes Snivy next, who's obviously weak to us. So, Ember does good work against Snivy as well. We hit level 10, which is very nice. And now we can come up here, go to the Poke Center, and heal up once again to be safe, because we don't have to fight just Bianca. She's not our only rival. However, I do take a slight detour before going and finding Charon. We come over here, fight through these trainers, and get some glorious experience off of them. This one just has 2 Purloins, pretty simple stuff. Land a lucky burn on the second one, speed things up a little bit. This trainer, also unavoidable. They have 3 Pokemon. Pretty sure it's just either all Pat Rats or a mix of Pat Rat and Lillipup, so nothing too crazy. And then the last NPC in this area is not a trainer, and is in fact a very useful NPC for anyone playing these games, even in a casual run. They give you whatever monkey is super effective against what is weak or strong against your starter. So they help you counter Charon and the first gym, because the first gym in Black and White 1 specifically will be different based on what starter you pick, which is kind of cool. And Charon, unlike Bianca, leads with his starter, so we switch Pansage up to the front, so that way we can attack Oshawott with super effective Vine Whips instead of needing to switch. Charon also has berries on his Pokemon because he is a much more intelligent trainer, so he is slightly more difficult to deal with, but nothing too hard. And then he gives us some Oran Berries, which are going to be very nice, obviously. We go in there, but I realized I didn't really take much damage, so I immediately leave, switch them around, because we're going to need to fight some gym trainers in here. Get a freshwater from that guy. I just have an absolute brain cramp moment and can't solve a simple puzzle. And then we have to fight this guy. Not too bad. He just has, I think, 2 Lillipups? 1 or 2? No, just the one. 1 Lillipup. Pretty high level, which is kind of scary, but we are able to... Our Tepig does go down because we flinched, but that is why we picked up Pansage. I was, I think, a little irritated at that because I really wanted Tepig to gain some of that XP. So that was minorly annoying, and I was probably a little aggravated at that point. So I go back to heal because we don't want Tepig dead. Open up this one, no problem. And then we just have one more gym trainer, and then we can get on to fighting one of the gym leaders, whichever one feels like gracing us with his presence, who, spoiler for us, is going to be Cress, the water one. Switch Tepig out, and it was a good idea because Pansage immediately gets one shot. I'm upset about that as well because I would have liked some more XP on Pansage, and I don't want either of them dying, so very irritated at this point. Tepig wants to learn Defense Curl, don't need that for anything. I open this up just to save time, go back and heal once again. Very upset at how many times I'm having to heal, but nothing I can really do about it. I don't have any revives, and I need both of my Pokemon, especially Pansage, for this battle. So, yeah, not much I can really do there. So, out from the shadows emerge two other gym leader options, and then one of them picks us. We have to fight Cress because we picked the fire starter, and he has the water monkey. But they do all lead with a Lillipup first, so that is why we lead with Tepig instead of leading with Pansage, is we don't want Pansage to die early or take too much damage early. Unfortunately, Tepig cannot take out a simple Lillipup, so at this point I was getting a little nervous. As you may have noticed, I completely forgot to give either of them a berry, so that was not great, but luckily super effective damage was able to be enough to pull me out the victory. Very close to losing the whole run right there, but we clutched up at the very end and are able to move on. We get the TM for workup, not really relevant, and now we have to do this little side quest with, what's her name? Fennel. And this is completely unskippable. She drags you all the way over here. I couldn't even go heal. All I wanted to do right now was heal my Pokemon. But I do need to teach Cut to Pansage, so I do that real quick before I forget. And then I come over here and immediately heal because I need to heal and have wanted to heal for the past, minute or two, real time. And yeah, here we go. Over into here, we can now get past this tree because we have the badge and we have Cut. Bianca sneaks in ahead of us, and we have to come over here. We see the Munna, and out of the shadows emerge a Team Plasma to attack the Munna and try to get its Dream Mist. Lots of lore things going on. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just wondering how much longer it is until I get my bike. So yeah, take out these guys fairly easily. They just have some Pat Rats and maybe a Lillipup. Pretty simple Team Plasma stuff, nothing too crazy. Oh, no, Pat Rat and a Purloin. Take them out. They try to use Assist, which doesn't work because they don't have any allies. So yeah, free turn for me. They try kicking it. Their boss appears out of nowhere and in holographic form. I've never really fully understood what was going on there. Musharna comes out of the shadows as well, and Fennel comes to see the Dream Mist that they left behind. She has now completed her little life goals and is going to give us the Sea Gear, which we don't care about. We have to come in here and finish this quest line, though, to progress, so we have to do it. She gives us the Sea Gear. I turn it on because I thought it would be faster to turn it on than not to, but it did take a little longer than I would have liked. And then I accidentally asked for extra dialogue here, and that is kind of annoying. Now we get the PAL pad, and we are finally able to progress. We've finished pretty much all of the tutorials. Come in here to heal up a little bit, just to be safe. Want to be tip-top and in good condition for moving onwards. And there is this double battle that I knew was coming right up, so I wanted to make sure both of my Pokemon were plenty ready to go for the double battle. 2 Purloins against my Tepig and Pansage, and I just try to focus them down one at a time to try to maximize damage and not take too much damage myself. Take them out, not too bad, and then Charon emerges from the shadows as well, and demands another battle, so we go ahead and rematch him again. I do not have my right lead out, so I just roll with it and leave Tepig out, just going for some tackles. I do end up going down, which is quite annoying, but again, I just kind of have to roll with it. I know that he doesn't have a P-Dove in the back, so I don't mind just using Pansage to take out Purloin, but unfortunately it dropped my stats with, dropped my accuracy with Sand Attack and was a little annoying, wasting a little time, but nothing too bad. I do, however, need to heal up Tepig, obviously, and I don't really want to run all the way back to the Poke Center, so I do a fairly big brain move of just dropping it in the PC and taking it back out. I do the same with Pansage because I forgot he didn't really need to be healed, so slight time loss there, but, you know, hopefully it made up in the end for not having to run all the way back to the Poke Center and all the way back here again. Hopefully it evened out a little bit. So yeah, we come in here with Charin, fight, each of us fight one of these Plasma Grunts by ourselves, and then we team up to fight a second wave of them in a double battle. Pretty simple stuff, not too difficult. They just have a bunch of Pat Rats. Nothing too difficult. Would be much nicer if I'd evolved already and had, you know, super effective stab fighting moves, but soon. We're getting there. We're getting there. The evolution level of things was upped for the starters in this game to 17, so they evolve a little bit later than a lot of the other ones, which obviously much later than, Chimchar that we abused in the last run, but still technically earlier than Turtwig or Totodile would have, so not too bad. Either way, we get our heal balls from that little girl, and we have to fight this guy. This is the only required trainer battle on this route, but I do think I accidentally ran into another one. Tepig almost goes down, and I'm very nervous, but we level up and learn Flame Charge, which finally gives us a fighting move that hits for the proper attacking type. I come back here and do the PC trick again to heal. And grab Tepig back, do the same, and then I just switch them because I know Pansage doesn't need to be healed that time. And yeah, Charin tells us about the Dark Grass, but we don't really care. I had a feeling, I thought I accidentally encountered another trainer, but it kind of ended up being okay because I did need a little bit more XP anyways, so kind of worked out in the end. I was not too upset. They only had one Pokemon, and it didn't take too long. This trainer I did completely mean to avoid, I'm fairly certain, so little time lost there. But again, I do still need the XP, so that's not too bad. I do want to make sure that I have, that I'm fully evolved, well, not fully, but that I have evolved at all, before this next gym, because it is a normal gym, and obviously Pignite is part fighting, so want the fighting type for fighting off the normal types in the gym. So we come in here, heal up, just to be nice and safe, and now we have to head up to the museum/gym, where we get interrupted by N once again, so we go ahead and fight him off. I think this is the last time we see him in this run. He has gotten slightly more difficult than last time, but nothing too bad, nothing we can't handle. Switch out to Pansage for the Tempole, because there's not much I could really do with Tepig. Get off a couple nice Vine Whips and take him out pretty quick. And we go back to Tepig to handle the Timber, just so that we can get some more XP on Tepig, who is ever so close to evolving. About one fight away. So, yeah, a little annoying, but oh well. Have to go back to heal, which I'm not too pleased with, but I also don't want to die, so I would rather heal and be safe than try to play it fast and lose and die and need to reset. So, yeah, we just go ahead and heal and come into the museum. Go ahead and get shown around into all the things, see a legendary, and yeah, get told where the gym is. Now we head back here, get another free fresh water, which is always nice. Thank you, kind sir. And now we have to fight off all of these gym trainers and solve the little gym puzzle, which is pretty easy. It's just read some of these little books. So nothing too difficult. Take out this Pat Rat with Tepig and finally go ahead and evolve. And as soon as we evolve, we learn Arm Thrust, so we can immediately get a very useful stab super effective move. Go ahead and get rid of Tackle for that, because we don't need that anymore. I fidget around trying to get onto the stairs, get told to go look at the thing. I could not remember what to do at all and needed to read it again. Come over here, talk to this book, come over here, fight this trainer. Excuse me for a second while I take a sip of my drink. Alrighty, and now that we have Arm Thrust, we can finally do some nice super effective damage. Unfortunately, I did get flinched by Bite, which was not too great, but I just kind of rolled with it. Go ahead and read that book, get a hint to the next one, come over here, talk to this book, get a hint to the last one, and it's this one right here with the other trainer. Go ahead and fight her. She's got a lot of stuff. I'm a little nervous with my low health, but I just kind of roll through it anyways. Getting some good XP off of these Lillipups. As long as Arm Thrust can roll a good amount of hits, I can take them all out without taking any damage. And yeah, we rolled enough hits to take them out without taking any damage at all. So very nice. Go ahead, talk to that book. The whole bookshelf shifts and reveals the hidden staircase underneath it that leads to the gym leader. I take this time to go and heal because I absolutely do not want to lose this fight. Come to the Poke Center, do a quick heal up, and back in we go. I think I just, forgotten that I'd been given any berries in this run. Oh, nope, I didn't. Okay, I did remember to put a berry on. So yeah, make sure I prep myself with an Oran Berry to stay alive. Get intimidated. Arm Thrust, land a crit and take him out. Switch to get rid of the Intimidate drop. And I'm fully anticipating it to go for Retaliate, and it just didn't. So get a little bit of fluff damage off on that before switching back into Pignite. Now we get hit by Retaliate, but it doesn't do any real big damage to us. Don't learn Smog because we don't need that. And there we go, second gym badge. We do, however, need a third one. The bike is quite late in this game and the next one. If you haven't noticed already, this video is a little long. Sorry about that. Not really much I could have done. The runs were just kind of long. So yeah, I hope you can enjoy it anyways. Take some breaks here and there if you need to. But yeah, make sure you leave a like. That is all I truly ask for. But yeah, we get come out here and see all of the plasma destruction. Come out here again and get introduced to Berg and get told to go chase down Team Plasma. And we get given a dowsing machine, because thanks, Bianca. Charon goes in there, Bianca goes to help, and we come down here to heal immediately. Lots of healing in this run. Gotta make sure to play it really safe, but yeah, a lot of times in these runs, the later into the run I get, the more safe I want to play it, because I don't want to have to reset from losing a bunch of time doing something dumb. So yeah, that's kind of why you see me heal a bit more the later into the run we get than at the start. But yeah, another double battle, pretty simple stuff. We can just one-shot both of these with Flame Charge. This is just free XP for Pansage, who does take a little over half his health and damage, but that's okay. Pignite is the star of this show. Pansage was mostly there just to handle very specific key things at the beginning, and I think has one more use at the very end before the complete end of the run. But yeah, luckily these Team Plasma guys are now very, very easy now that we have Arm Thrust, because they mostly just have normal and dark types, which are obviously weak to fighting. Pick up a super potion, accidentally trigger this trainer that was very much skippable, but oh well, not the end of the world. Take you out with Flame Charge, and yeah, take the next one out with a couple Flame Charges as well. No big deal. And move on, get an encounter to slow me down, and continue moving. Get 2 encounters in a row, because yeah, that's what you want during a speedrun. And continue on. Grab that item. Have to fight this trainer. She has a Pansage, so luckily pretty easy for our fire type to handle. Quick one shot with Flame Charge. And she gives us a Chesto Berry. Very nice. There is 3 of those rangers in this forest, but 2 of them are skippable. We just walked past one of them there. It was the first of those 2 little bushes. Another Team Plasma Grunt, more normal and or dark types, so more arm thrusts. And so 1 of the rangers is skippable. But the other 2 are required. So yeah, fight this one, but we lucked out. We were able to skip the one that has Pan Poor, who we're obviously weak against, so that is nice for us. Fight this last Plasma guy, who, once again, normal and dark types, so take them out pretty easily with a couple arm thrusts. Not that big of a deal. And we are nearing the end, but still have a little ways left to go. We are now over the hour mark for real time. One of the 7 sages shows up to escort this grunt off of the premises. And yeah, Berg and Lenora show up to just babble and whatnot. Berg tells us he's going to head to his gym. We give Lenora the skull back, and she gives us a moonstone. She heads back to her gym. And now we are free to work our way to Berg's gym as well. Pick up that Miracle Seed because I couldn't remember exactly what it was. I do think I might give it to Pansage at some point, but I can't exactly remember, so we'll have to see. Walk across this super long bridge that's all crazy animated. It has all these cool different angles. And eventually we make it over across and to Castelia City. Here we are, the big cool rotating city. Immediately into the Poke Center. Have to talk to that person to get them to move. Heal up real quick, and we are out of here. Head over to the gym. Not that we can go in it right away, because out comes Charon and also Berg sprinting out talking about Team Plasma once again. So we go ahead and head down here to one of the docks. It is specifically this one. They are talking about how Bianca had one of her Pokemon stolen, and we're also introduced to Iris, who is not a major character necessarily in this game, but is in White. She is the 8th gym leader in White, but where this is Black, she is just kind of a supporting character. Yeah, very interesting how the 2 different games have a different 8th gym leader. It's still the same typing, but just different character. I think their teams are probably the same as well, but I'm not sure on that one. Either way, more Team Plasma guys, you know what that means. More arm thrust, nothing that arm thrust can't handle. And yeah, Pignite steadily leveling up, learning rollout, sorry. We make sure to learn rollout just to have a little bit of flying type coverage, because we are weak to flying types now, obviously. Come in here with the Team Plasma boss and 2 of the 7 sages. Listen to them ramble, yada yada yada, all kinds of Team Plasma wants to, release all Pokemon and whatnot. Liberate the world and everything. One of the grunts gives Bianca back her mana, Iris and her celebrate, and everybody heads on out. Completely ignore that item. It is very useful. I'm fairly certain it is a smoke ball, that item on the ground there, but obviously we don't need that. So we just head directly. I come up here because I have brainworms and don't remember what I'm doing. And then I remember that I haven't actually fought the gym yet. And that I need to go back. Because there should be a Bianca fight that triggers there. And when it didn't, I realized I'd forgotten something. So, yeah. Pretty decent time loss there, but I was too far into the run to care about it. Come through here and go ahead and open up that door. Have to fight this trainer. There are a couple skippable trainers in here that we do take advantage of being able to skip. And then everything else we just take out with Flame Charge. Nothing is all that hard to handle with that wonderful move. Do get poisoned by Poison Point, but it's not a big deal because we have a antidote and some Pesha Berries as well, at least one. So yeah, not a big deal. More Brainworms, can't get through here. Carefully avoid stepping on that tile right there because it will force a trainer battle that I don't want to do. And come around here, stepping on all of the other tiles to open up all the other doors. Come down here, same thing, don't step on that tile to avoid trainer battle. Step on that one to open a door. Avoid stepping on it again. Up here, up here. Can't really avoid this guy, so we go ahead and fight him. They have a Venipede, which obviously cannot withstand good old Flame Charge. Swaddle definitely can't. Easy peasy. I didn't hit the button, but luckily it's okay. I could just rubber band back into it. And there, all of the buttons pressed. Way to Berg is opened. And where I haven't taken any damage whatsoever, I just run right in. Give Pignite a new Oranberry because he did use up the last one fighting something. And yeah, Berg leads with Whirlipede, not too bad. Go ahead and hit that with a couple Flame Charges. Take that out real quick. Out next comes Dwebble. Go for a Flame Charge and then try to finish it off with Arm Thrust, which just didn't feel like cooperating all that much. And yeah, didn't really work out too well. Got real close to dying. Switched into Pansage to be able to heal up Pignite. Pansage does unfortunately go down, but now Pignite has no threat of going down. We force Berg to use both of his Hyper Potions on this. Yes, I said both. He has 2 Hyper Potions as the 3rd Gym Leader, because that's not overkill. But take him out, not too bad. His Ace Levani, 4 times weak to fire, so nothing it can really do to a Flame Charge. And yeah, he goes down, gives us a badge and a TM. And now we can head out of here. And we get a call on the old cross transceiver. Bianca telling us she's ready to do that battle. But I obviously need to heal up real quick, being this close to death. So pop over to the Poke Center, take a nice quick heal. And then we head right up here and start heading over to Bianca so we can fight her. And she is right up here in this gate that I had tried to go to before. Here is the fight that I realized I was getting a little ahead of earlier. And we go ahead and jump right into this fight with Bianca. Nothing too dangerous. She does send out Herdier, which intimidates us. A little annoying, but we can take it out with a couple arm thrusts. I stay in I almost switched, but I decided to just stay in to try and then switch in on Panpour because she would end up with this one. So yeah, didn't want Pansage taking too much damage. She switches out to Servine, which I do not like, and so I switch out to Pignite to take care of the Servine, and then that obviously forces Panpour back in, so I go back to Pansage to clean that up. Take care of Panpour, who is quite a few levels higher than me, but all super effective damage is able to make quite a big difference. And yeah, make it through that Bianca fight relatively unscathed, to the point where I just go ahead and... Oh, yes, right, that is the thing. You don't have to go all the way to the Poke Center, because if you come up to this house right here and talk to this NPC, she will heal you. So, I just do that for this final fight against Charon, instead of walking all the way back to the Poke Center. So yeah, massive time save there. Go ahead and lead Pignite into this, go for a rollout, and are able to take it out with that. Just stay in to keep rollout damage going. Unfortunately, didn't really work out for me, so I just stay in anyways and try to just overpower it, which I easily can with a few arm thrusts. Panseer, not too worried about as well. Take him out with a few arm thrusts. Okay, I switched in here. Oh, because he used Yawn. Yes, he used Yawn on me, and so I didn't want Pig Knight falling asleep, so I switched to Pansage. Goes for Yawn again as I kill him, which is very unfortunate, but I land enough arm thrust hits to KO Liepard before I fall asleep, so everything is all good. We get a call from Juniper on the cross transceiver. I come over here and heal up again just to be safe in case I accidentally trigger a skippable trainer battle. And yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the run now. We just got to make our way up here, fight at least one more required battle, and then we get our bike and are all set. So yeah, I do trigger a skippable battle, so a little irritated at that. But luckily, it's not all that bad. They just have a Blitzel, nothing that we can't handle, with a quick Flame Charge. And yeah, then we head up this way, wait for that guy to turn so we can sneak past him. And yeah, talk to Juniper and Charon here. She gives us some Ultra Balls. They're not going to be used because we're practically done. And yeah, Charon goes ahead and pieces out. And we come up here where we see this guy getting harassed by a couple Plasma Grunts. He asks us for help, and we go ahead and take care of them real quick. This one leads with a Watchdog. Actually, I think this is the only one. I think you'll actually fight one of them. Take him out real quick with Arm Thrust. Take out the Trubbish real quick with Flame Charge. And yeah, the other one just storms off. So let's slow it down here and go ahead and finish out. We get our bike from this guy, and that's the end of the run. We just gotta go ahead and get on it and call time. So as soon as he walks away, Bianca comes back. We need to listen to her talk to us for a little bit. I'm just mashing through this text as fast as I can so I can get onto my bike and call time. Open up the bag, tab over bicycle, and boom, 129.20. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Gen 6. Alrighty, and here we are in Generation 6 on the 3DS now instead of just the regular one. We have to go ahead and work our way through Professor Sycamore's dialogue and intro cutscene. Pretty simple stuff. Just lock in the first options, and this game actually automatically changes to lowercase, so my name is in all caps, so that's cool. And into the world of Pokemon we go. See this lovely little fletchling cutscene who wakes us up. We immediately change our settings, turn those off. I run around the room taking a couple extra steps than necessary, get changed, and head downstairs. Now, one thing I'm going to address a little earlier than it will be relevant. There are the give me a second, I'll get there. Roller skates in this game. I don't really use them all that much just because they're a bit unreliable. So I do end up running most places instead of using the roller skates. They're a little bit harder to control, so I prefer not to use them. 3 games in a row, we pick the fire starter, so lovely. But, yeah, unfortunately, grass starters just tend to have grass as a type altogether has a lot of weaknesses, which tends to make grass starters less usable than the other two. Not that they're completely impossible to use, but in this scenario, where I'm trying to do things quickly, they're kind of unfortunate. I think the only time I might be able to effectively use one, excuse me, sorry about that, is in the next run in Alola. And I'm absolutely going to try, because I do love my boy Rowlet. But yeah, here we work our way into here, and beat Shauna pretty simply, come back, talk to our mom. She does typical Pokemon mom things, rambles on, gives us a town map, pretty handy, not like we're going to use it. I accidentally say I don't know how to use it. Either way, have to see our pet Rhyhorn off, and off we go. Head up to Aquacord Town. Sorry, my brain lagged. And right here we get the scripted encounter that you always get exactly 2 tiles into the grass in with a wild Pidgey. and which I would have loved to catch, but we didn't have any balls. So yeah, we have to see this catch tutorial from Serena, and afterwards she gives both Shauna and my character some Pokeballs to work with, and we are able to use those to actually catch something, because as I just mentioned, we do need to catch a Pidgey. Once again, Pidgey is going to be our Pokemon of choice to catch, who is going to help us out. Unfortunately, he is a little bit more annoying to encounter this time than he was in Crystal. We got really lucky in Gen 2 and are getting very unlucky here in Gen 6, so unfortunate, but we do find one 3 encounters in. Not too bad. Whittle it down a little bit with a couple of scratches, and are able to catch it with a nice quick Pokeball. And we are going to receive another Pokemon throughout the course of this run, but we do not actually catch one. I do attempt to, just for the lulz. I probably shouldn't have, because it would have been faster not to have, but I don't know, I was just being a little fun with it. You'll see down the line when we get there. This guy just has a Zigzagoon, pretty simple. Take him out with a few embers, not too bad. And off into the forest, which has all of the same spawns as Viridian Forest, fun fact. Or not all of the same spawns, but all of the spawns contained in Viridian Forest are here as well, is what I meant to say. But yeah, Shauna gives us a free Paralyze Heal. Have to fight this trainer. There is at least one optional trainer that I do still fight in this run. I just realized there was trainers I meant to fight in this run and didn't. So I could have had a slightly easier time and didn't. So that's lovely. Or did I fight them? No, maybe I did. No, I totally did. Ignore that. I totally did fight them. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry about that. Anyways, get through that trainer battle, walk through the grass, come over here to this trainer battle. I had meant to switch Pidgey. Oh, I did switch Pidgey to the front. Right. Okay, that must have been a failed run. Either way. Switch Pidgey, we want to have Pidgey at the front, so that way it gains XP and Fennekin gains XP out of this. Pidgey levels up twice, Fennekin levels up once. We keep getting a bunch of encounters that I don't really want, so we just go ahead and run from those. And this trainer is completely skippable, but we fight her anyways for the extra XP. And luckily, now, in Generation 6, Tackle is 100 accuracy, so we can use Tackle without fear of it missing. So that is very lovely. Absolutely love that change. Very, very nice. Grab some potions whenever we see them, because they will come in handy down the line. I go ahead and fight this Scatterbug just because I was so close to leveling up that I wanted to grab that little free XP. Talk to Shauna so she heals my team, because she does that for you while you're in here with her, and I wanted to take advantage of that before leaving and losing that feature. So yeah, big, important, time save there to stay healed. But yeah, now we come out and immediately fight these two trainers. I think they probably could be skippable if I wanted to walk through the grass, but they are simple enough that I just go ahead and fight them for the XP anyways, because I need to be plenty leveled up for the first and only gym that we fight in this run. Luckily, we are back down to only one required gym, yet it's still just as long. I think even... No, it is just a little bit shorter than the last run. The last run is still the longest so far. This one is just a tad shorter, little spoiler. But it is still quite long, which is why this video is so long. Once again, sorry about that. But yeah, so these are the trainers I thought I skipped, was this one and the next one. But I did remember them, so we fight them real quick. This trainer just has a Bidoof, nothing too difficult. And then we go ahead, hop down here, grab this super potion. That'll come in handy much later. This trainer has all 3 of the monkeys, but they're all level 3, so they're not much of a threat. We can just go ahead and spam Tackle and take care of all of them and just give all this XP to Pidgey, who learned Gust finally. So that's nice. We start using that instead. getting a little bit of... I don't really know if it does more damage. I think they're the same base power, but Pidgey, I feel, does have a slightly higher special attack stat, so Gust is probably a little tiny bit better here and there than Tackle, and can hit super effective against this Bug Gym that we have to go into. I ignore the Poke Center for now because I'm still plenty healed, and we go ahead and fight this trainer so that we can get the roller skates and access to the gym, which is the more important of the two. Take her down real simple with a bunch of gusts and gain, well, we get the roller skates and gain access to the gym. Come in here, see the lovely art on the walls, and hop down the pole onto the spider web. And there is a skippable trainer in here that we do go ahead and fight. I think I fought him anyways, didn't I? Pretty sure I fight him anyways for the little bit of XP here and there. Switch out after getting confused because don't want that to take forever. Whittle this down with the two of them. I also do want to get a little bit of XP on Fennekin, so I did want to switch it in here before we actually fight Viola. Okay, yeah, I do come over. This trainer is skippable. We fight them anyways just to get the XP off of them because I want to be plenty safe in this fight. I reset so many times to this gym battle. I definitely heavily underestimated it for being a bug gym, and yeah, this gym, deceptively difficult. You'll see in just a second why that is as well. So yeah, work through this Kakuna, and then out next comes Combi. I do switch into Fennekin just because I want, as I said earlier, I do want a little bit more XP on Fennekin, and so I let Fennekin take out Combi instead of doing it with Pidgey. And yeah, I decide to just potion up instead of going to the Poke Center because my moves aren't really close to running out, and I was 1 potions away from full health on both of them. So yeah, save a little time by just potioning, and now you see why this gym battle is difficult. This Surskit has Water Spout and Bubble, so you can't really just steamroll through it with Fennekin. And so that is why I needed to catch Pidgey, obviously. And then this Vivillon has Infestation. So I wasn't able to just use Froakie and try to be resist water. So yeah, needed to catch 2 Pokemon. Really didn't want to, but it was the only real way that I could get through this easily. And yeah, took her down pretty simply. We forced the potion use on Surskit at the beginning instead. So that was nice. Didn't get stalled out and have Infestation whittle me down too much. Get our Bug Badge and Infestation TM. And we are able to take the secret back exit to get out very quick. And yeah, now we are able to progress onward. I go ahead and come down here and heal now. I was avoiding it because of this little cutscene interaction with Tierno. Wanted to skip this and put it off for later. So yeah, that's why I didn't come in here sooner. But figured I might as well heal up to full before we head out to the next area. Stop and talk to that gym leader's sister. She gives us the EXP all, essentially, because this is the generation that changed EXP share, I suppose, back to EXP all, because it was originally. But yeah, do a little bit of skating, encounter this Burmy trainer who super potions a level 7 Burmy. Little excessive, I thought, but oh well. And then continues to send out 2 more Burmies. They have 1 of each cloak, but it's not that big of an issue because Burmy itself does not actually change its type when it changes cloak, only Wormadam does. But I think they are all female, so I'm sure if you come back and rematch this trainer in the late game, they've probably all evolved. So, yeah, not 100% on that, but I would almost bet on it. So, come up here and meet these 2. I can't remember their names. They're somewhat important characters. Either way, they tell us to come through here, and then we immediately go through there and talk to them again. He gives us return TM. Don't really need that. It might have been useful on Pidgey. I don't know. But I don't bother because I don't really plan on spending a lot of time leveling up my friendship on these Pokemon. because this is obviously a speedrun. So come over here to Professor Sycamore's lab. We need to go up to the 3rd floor to actually meet with him. So we hop right up there, get a little cutscene of meeting him, and yeah, we are able to come around here and he reviews our Pokédex, which obviously is not too hot, where we've just been speedrunning through everything. And now we battle the professor. This is always a little thing I thought was pretty cool about this game, is that you can actually battle the professor, because obviously you've never seen a professor battle in a game before this one. So I always thought that was kind of cool, and it does get a little sketchy here towards the end, as Pidgey goes down, and I'm forced to send out Fennekin against Squirtle. I was pretty much prepared for a wipe at this point, but obviously, as you can expect by the fact that this is the succeeding run, I was able to make it out okay. Was forced to potion mid-battle because the opponent crit against me and is spamming things that are lowering my accuracy, but because accuracy is just a gamble no matter what, I just luck out and roll through it all. We learned Flame Charge, which technically probably isn't even really all that great on Fennekin. It did work on Pignite, but Fennekin, the Fennekin line, are special attackers. So, yeah, not too great. We picked Bulbasaur here from Sycamore because we have a pretty strong weakness to rock types, which Bulbasaur will obviously help against. Squirtle could have also helped against that, but we don't really do great against electric types either, and Squirtle would make that worse, obviously. So, went with Bulbasaur in the end. He is obviously not the fastest at killing things, which isn't amazing for a run like this, but I made it work anyways. I was just trying to cover as many bases with as few Pokemon as possible. Forgot where I needed to go and tried to go this way. Remembered I actually had to come over here first and come over here afterwards. Come in and see the champion talking to the big bad enemy. Yeah, surely this guy is not deranged or crazy at all. Anywho, let's move on now. We get to head our way to the next route. By coming through here, we do get a little video call from Tierno, not too big a deal. Pop our way through here, meet with Mr. Bonding. I completely ignore all of this the whole time. Maybe I shouldn't have, maybe it could have helped me out, I don't know. But either way, we completely ignore those O-powers. Meet with Karina and her Lucarios. We're never gonna actually get one of them because we stopped the run well before then. But meet her nonetheless. Fight these two trainers, or this double battle with Plusle and Minun. Luckily, I don't need to worry about static at all because Plusle and Minun don't get static, or at least if they do, it's as their hidden ability. So, two random trainers at the beginning of the game would not have that. They're obviously going to have plus and minus as their ability, so a lot less stressful to fight these two. And they don't even really go for any electric moves on my very weak to electric flying type. So, yeah, very nice. Level 15 on both of them, and Bulbasaur levels up as well because EXP all will affect him too. Go ahead and hop into this battle with Tierno. I kind of meant to lead with Bulbasaur for this, so yeah, it was a little sloppy. I did have to kind of rough it out with Pidgey. That got real close at the end there after it sword stanced, but we were all good. Bulbasaur leveling up again in the back, and Pidgey is now looking very, very sketchy. Trevor gives us some honey, don't really care. Put Bulbasaur at the front so that way I don't have a very almost dead Pidgey at the front, and work my way over here. I think I technically could have avoided this guy, but it's good to get Bulbasaur a little bit of XP, because obviously he will gain more by fighting on his own instead of, getting it through XP share. So we go ahead and whittle this Bidoof down with Leech Seed and a bunch of Vine Whips. Switch into Fennekin when a Grass type comes our way, and take that out with a quick Flame Charge. And we get another level up which allows Fennekin to evolve, which is very nice. Sorry, I hit my desk. But there we go. Fennekin is all nice and evolved into Braixen. That gives us a pretty decent power boost. So that is pretty handy. Move along this way while trying to avoid trainers and running from any wild encounters that we get. And just trying to head down this way to the next town, which is Camerafer Town. I think that's what it's called. Fun fact, when I first got Pokemon Y, I found a completely full odds random shiny Furfrou. So that's cool. Get another holo chip telling us to go to the mansion. We take a quick detour to the Poke Center though, because our team is pretty beat up after the trip here. Ooh, excuse me. Come on up to this mansion, meet up with Shauna, who is talking to this karate guy. This guy comes in telling about something blocking the way, which we go and investigate to see is a Snorlax, which, if you've played older games, you know or this game, obviously, you know the way to wake up Snorlax is with the Poke Flute, so we need to go and grab that. These trainers, I think, are both technically skippable if you walk fully to the other side of, this little pathway, because I did skip the second one on accident in a failed run, and came back and fought her afterwards for the XP. But, yeah, I want to make sure to take these guys out. Teach Bulbasaur Poison Powder, because that can be pretty handy at whittling things down. And switch into Pidgey to get some XP on this. Luckily, we are quite a bit faster than this Pidgey, and we have Keen Eye, so when it tries to sand attack us, it doesn't work. I was very hype when I found out we had Keen Eye. One of my failed runs, I did have my accuracy dropped there because I had the other ability that Pidgey has. I think it's Early Bird, right? But yeah, either way, made it through there, got another level up on Bulbasaur, not too difficult. Go ahead and fight this trainer as well for a little bit more XP. Lead with Bulbasaur, so that way we can try to level it up as much as possible. Take out this Zigzagoon real easy. And then switch to Pidgey for Ralts, because I want to level up Pidgey. I want to get it to evolve, because it can be pretty handy to have as a nice backup. So, yeah. Send out Braixen against the Gulpin. I want to try to evolve, or level up Braixen to the point where it learns Psybeam. And I didn't really have anything else that could really hurt the Gulpin. Luckily, you don't take any damage out of battle from poison in this gen, so not that big a deal. And there is a place in here that you can heal for free. I do need to pay to get in here. A little annoying, but oh well, we've picked up enough money on the course of the run from fighting trainers. And we can head straight in here into the big mansion. This guy's freaking out because he's lost his Furfrou. Shauna wants us to help her get it back, but we come over here to take a quick heal, get rid of that poison. And yeah, now we can go save the Furfrou, which is out through here. This minigame can be kind of tricky. I was even struggling with it in one of my test runs, but it is very simple once you get the hang of it. You need to move Shauna twice. You start out by having her stay right here, and that way you can move the Furfrou up to the top, and then you move her over to one of the corners, and you go up from the other side, and it moves it into the middle. Very simple, or I guess deceptively simple, because it looks a lot harder at first glance than it is. Or at least I've heard that a lot of people struggled with it their first time. And I even struggled with it for a second myself. But now that we got that nice and finished, we can come in here. Gotta go upstairs and watch the fireworks with Shauna as a reward for saving the Furfrou. And then after that, we can finally get our Pokeflute. So we come up here and sit here and have a very potentially romantic interaction with Shauna. I've always found this scene really funny. A lot of people have as well. I know that's not a opinion that I hold by my own. But yeah, finally able to get our Pokeflute and go take care of the Snorlax. So that is, of course, our next goal, is to get that Snorlax out of the way. We are also given the TM for Protect. Don't really need that. Don't really care. And our only mission now is to, well, not only, but current mission is to remove Snorlax from that bridge. So we start heading our way back outside, hop on the skates, because they are faster, and in a big open area like this, it's faster to use the skates than the running shoes, because you can, like, double tap to, like, speed like that. But for precise movements, it's better to step, because the skates can be a little wonky. Give the flute to the karate guy who wakes up the Snorlax. And I learned during a test run of this that Snorlax gets this ability. I had no idea. No clue until recently that Snorlax got immunity. So yeah, that's really annoying, but that's why I obviously went for Leech Seed first. And I decide to do something I probably shouldn't have. I decide to be a little goofy with it and try to catch the Snorlax. It doesn't work out, spoiler, and so it was just kind of a big waste of time. I don't really know why I decided to do this, but oh well, could have saved another like minute or so by just KOing it. But I knew it was going to die passively anyways, so wasn't too worried about it, and I do just take it out instead of trying to catch it there. And yeah, I teach Pidgey Whirlwind. I don't know how much I'm really gonna need it, but I teach it anyways. And spoiler alert, I didn't need it, but I also didn't really need Sand Attack, so not really hurting anything. I go back to heal because I don't want Bulbasaur dead. I was quite upset that it died there, but not much I could really do. Well, I mean, that's not true. I could have killed the Snorlax quicker, but oh well. But yeah, now we need to get introduced to the daycare, which is a little annoying, but oh well. Doesn't take all that long. And now we're able to continue on. I make sure to hug the top wall here to avoid any battles. We get introduced to the Battle Mansion, which we don't need to go into, luckily. And then we have a nice, friendly battle. Double battle with Serena against Tierno and Trevor. So I lead Bulbasaur and try to focus down Tierno's Corphish, because obviously we are super effective against that. And Pikachu mostly focuses on going for Serena. I do teach Takedown. I don't really know if I needed it, but we go ahead and switch to Braixen as soon as Corphish is down, and Pikachu takes out Fletchling. Serena sends out Frogadier. I'm forced to go for Flame Charge. This is one of the many reasons I really would have preferred something better, because I don't like having to make contact when I'm not even a physical attacker. But I feel like the damage and speed boosts are more valuable than the little damage that Ember would be doing. So yeah, finally hit the level where I can learn Psybeam, and now I can stop making contact and have some coverage. It's not stab yet, but it is at least coverage. I use this Paralyze heal, and then immediately regret it, because I forgot that this person here healed you for free. So I wasted that Paralyze heal and was then very upset about it. And because I was so upset about it, I kind of got a little sloppy and accidentally walked into this trainer. And then that had me upset. And so I, was a little sloppy and ran into another trainer immediately after, both of which could have been avoided. So that was a little annoying, but there is a plus side to it, and that is that after this battle, both Pidgey and Bulbasaur hit their level that they needed to evolve. So I was able to get both Ivysaur and Pidgeotto, sorry, little voice crack, at the same time. So that was pretty nice at the very least. But still a little annoying nonetheless. Especially that I ran into the second trainer just because they took a lot longer. So yeah, accidentally ran into this guy too. Was pretty irritated at this point, but I failed so many times early on trying to do this that I could not be bothered to do any more runs. I wanted to just be over with it. And then, to make things even worse, I misclicked and didn't heal the right thing, causing Braixen to die. So at this point, I was like fuming, and so irritated I just wanted the run to be over, and so I just powered through. I didn't completely faint, so it wasn't the end of the world. Like, obviously, if I had fainted, that would have been much worse. Not faint, but like white out, white it out. Like, if I lost everything. If one Pokemon faints, annoying, but not the end of the run. If I white out, yeah, that's GG. With the exception, obviously, of the black, or the platinum run. I accepted a whiteout and just did the battle again, because I, again, couldn't be bothered. It had been taking too long. Anyways, finally make it through there, hop through this little puzzle, and now we are finally into Ambrette Town. Serena shows up to babble at me, as I just desperately want to come in here and heal after my blunder with the misclick. Buy a few items here, which could have technically been a waste of time, but some of them were useful, so I'm kind of glad I did. Come into here and trigger this little cutscene. I keep bumping into things. I was very frustrated about it at the time, because the stress was getting to me, being an hour in and just being close to the end. I just wanted the run to be over, because, as I've said, this one, I don't know why, this one just really got under my skin, more so than a lot of the other ones. Oh, sorry, the smoke alarm is going off. I can almost guarantee it's nothing. Someone's probably just cooking something. Our smoke alarm, it really hates the oven. Hopefully it gets shut off pretty quickly. But yeah, can guarantee, don't need to worry. Yeah, it's off. We're all set. No need to worry. Make our way to Glittering Cave on the little Rhyhorns. That Rhyhorn section really just had me irritated in previous runs, or my test run, I suppose. Just because it's so slow, and the wild Pokemon that you can encounter there are really annoying. That's why I kind of fought a lot of the Sandiles instead of trying to run from them. Or if I haven't done that yet, I do in a minute. Sorry for the little spoilers. The smoke alarm had me a little discombobulated. Accidentally say the wrong thing to this guy and have to talk to him again. This Houndour was kind of annoying. I meant to switch my lead, but I don't really have a good lead to go with. So I go ahead and drop a poison on it, just to get a little bit of damage, lingering damage off, before switching to Pidgeotto. He goes for Roar, though, so switches me back out, and then roars me as I've done damage. Well, he's poisoned on 1 health, so Pidgeotto switches in just to Houndour dying, and then I'm immediately able to switch to Braixen to take out the Zubat. And yeah, there is that battle. We have 2 more left in here, and one of them being a double battle with Serena. So we get into this battle. Meant to switch my lead again, and didn't, so need to switch mid-battle. And yeah, just barely missed the KO on this and fall asleep because it hit me with Yawn when I switched in. Kind of annoying, but we do take it out. Ivysaur levels up. We don't really have anything great against Electrike, so unfortunately we get paralyzed, but I bought a Paralyze heal at the Mart, so didn't get completely wasted, ended up being useful in the end. I immediately go ahead and use that, and I use the Super Potion on Braixen because it was the most damaged, and then we do the final required battle, and I think the final battle period of the run here with Serena. We just try to target down Scraggy. Once again, meant to switch my lead, but it ended up working out okay. Serena's Esper was able to one-shot Krogunk. Krogunk is 4 times weak to Psychic, so very easy to take out with a quick, any Psychic move at all. But yeah, that Moxie boost had me a little worried, but luckily it didn't end up mattering. And then we're able to come over here, grab this escape rope, talk to the doctor, who never even noticed Team Flare was here. He offers us a fossil. We just take the first one because we're just mashing through the text. He leaves. Serena tells us that we should probably head out too. And we use the escape rope. I clicked the jaw fossil on accident because I forgot we got it. And now we have to take the Rhyhorns back through. I think this is where I fought some of them. Yeah, I tried to run and then get immediately stuck in Sand Tomb and almost die. So yeah, you see how this is really annoying, because if you didn't notice, I was like 4 or 5 levels higher than that Sandile, and it still didn't let me run. And then I one-shot it with a super effective stab move immediately after, so like, I don't understand why these Sandiles don't let me run, and then just, immediately faint. But I switch to Pidgeotto up front, so that way if I do run into another Sandile, I can't get hit with Sand Tomb. But this does, however, pose a downside that if I run into Helioptile, I am now weak, but luckily we only run into Hippopotas and then are able to get out of here. I bump into that guy. That right there is an example of to why I didn't use the things as much. I come here and heal. I'm realizing now I didn't need to because I don't need to fight anything anymore for the rest of the run. Could have just completely skipped that healing section. Yeah, keep bumping into things because the roller skates are horrible. And yeah, get this dowsing machine. This trainer was really annoying, so I made sure to skip her. And yeah, now the run is pretty much over. We're going to go ahead and slow back down to 1x speed as we get given the bike. And we have to answer a quick question. Luckily, it's just mashing A gets you the right thing. Don't bother picking a specific color, just keep mashing A. Get the bike, accidentally talk to him a second time, and yeah, come back outside, hop on our bike, and go ahead and call time as soon as I see it. So yeah, that was Gen 6. I did remember to bring up the natures of all of my things this time. I'd forgotten to do that in the black run. But yeah, there are all of the natures of all of our little crew here. The negative speed nature on Ivysaur, gotta love that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up and head out to the outro. So yeah, see you guys in there. Alrighty, hope everybody enjoyed those 2 runs and is excited for the next 2. We will be doing Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Shield on Monday, and then taking a slight break from this on Wednesday to stream more of our Radical Red Randomizer, and then finishing off Bike Percent on Friday with Hisui and Paldea. So yeah, if you are excited for that, make sure to leave tons of likes and comments on this and all of the previous and upcoming videos so that I know that you have enjoyed the big project that I worked so hard on. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed everything and continue to enjoy the rest. I will, if you do, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, share with a friend, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video for Generations 7 and 8.